there really wasn't a part 2. Now the kids are coming up to have a bath. Their dad is dealing with it, but I gotta go deal with it too. I'm meant to have a shower first because I take the longest. Because all of this, or this mainly, takes work. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, there really shouldn't have been maybe a part 2 about what is a child impact report or a family report writer. But anyway, I'll try to push some more information here for you daddies, okay? Before I go any further, as in the first video, quick disclaimer, I'm a father's rights defense coach. I don't hold the legal qualification. I hold the 10 years experience. That, I reckon, makes me a person that has a lot more integrity than a lot of lawyers out there, okay? You know, I'm not married or, you know, to the legal community, or I'm not, you know, there to impress the legal community. If anything, a lot of them hate me because I'm brutally honest. And sometimes when people are surrounded by so many lies, when somebody is really honest and truthful, it makes them feel really uncomfortable. So I've just noticed that with other people as well, not just lawyers. Oh my God, that's my boss here. I'm scared. If you know, you know. Yes. Does anyone else have a toddler, a girl toddler? These days, they are not. Like, I wasn't like that when I was growing up, and I thought, at least when I was a teenager, I was like that. But she's 4. Why does she act like a teenager? She can barely talk well. Like, most people don't understand half the shit she says. So, and believe me, I don't want her to be the boss of my house. You think I want that? And sometimes you just have to give in, because it's either that or mayhem for the next hour. And there are most days where I'll deal with the mayhem for the next hour because I'm like, that, I'm stronger than you, girl. But yeah, other days you got a headache and a migraine from all the screaming and yelling, and you just kind of give in. Anyways, as I was saying, so closing the disclaimer up, okay, please seek professional legal advice from a qualified family law lawyer. Never disregard their advice by any content you've seen, even from here. Okay, closing that one up. So the second thing that comes in is a family report writer. Okay, usually, okay, they might just do the family report writer sometime, you know, maybe like 6 months to a year after the court has begun. They usually want to do the child impact report within 6 months to a year of when the court has begun, because they need some sort of, you know, recommendations from them so that the courts can follow. But the courts already know what kind of procedures they need to follow. And that's a whole other video that I've explained to you guys before, but, you know, I can do another video for that. And then within 18 months or something like that, or within a year or something like that, I might be wrong, but like a bit after that, there's a family report writer. Now, the family report writer, quite similar to the child impact report, okay, but because it's done a bit later, okay, or usually a little bit later into the court case, there's a lot more material or evidence that is on ComCourts or eCourts. So what you want to do, right, I'm always promoting a low to no conflict approach in your family court matter. If you can really try to do that the best that you can, okay, understanding that you are not equal to the mother in family court, in that setting, in that sector of society. You're just not, okay, and just focus on proving yourself and doing everything yourself, okay, disproving all of her allegations, or even if there's any truth to those allegations, proving that you can change and proving that you have insight and yada yada yada. Okay, say that you've already started off with X focus affidavits in a high conflict approach, and the child impact report writer has picked up on that and has written a recommendation that is so-so, okay? Then the family report writer will come in, and now you know that maybe you should, you know, do like a better affidavit that's not X-focused and that's more child-focused. So you write a new affidavit, which what I call a redemption affidavit, which I'm working on releasing hopefully by the end of this month. It has taken me so long. If you have been following me for a long time, I am so sorry that it has taken me this long, like a year, to release a good affidavit versus bad affidavit. Okay, I have no excuse apart from I got 2 kids with ASD. They go to a plethora of appointments and therapies and stuff like that. 2024, I just told myself I'm just mainly going to focus on them, and my job and my work is going to be around their therapies and them. And so that's what I did. Okay, now that we've been on holidays, and now that I've had, like with NDIS, some in-home respite, so I get people to help me care for them, I am able to work on that good versus bad affidavit. So that will be coming out soon as a digital product. Okay, anyways, I go off on a tangent all the time. I might have ADHD. Anyways, who cares? So now you want to write like a redemption affidavit and a child-focused affidavit, because you want to look good to their family report writer. Because sometimes dads come to me and say, hey, can I have a consult with you so you can prep me for the family report writer? And I say, yeah, that's all good and well, but that preparation should have come months ago, not a week before you go speak to them. I can still give you some, some pointers of what to say, what not to say, your body language and all that jazz, right? And what is likely going to happen in there. But it's, like they're also looking at what you've written. If you've written some crazy stuff about your ex, right, and you've added some text messages in there from her, which really, like, text messages, at least for mothers, like, their angry text messages, remember, you're not equal to mothers, isn't really expert evidence. And not really going to be like, oh, she wrote you some angry text messages and swore or said she didn't want to be a mother, whatever. Case closed, you should be a dad now. Take the children away from her, give them to you. Case closed. Look at that text message you wrote 5 years ago. Doesn't work that way, does it? Some dads really think that. So anyways, you want to have a piece of writing, formal writing, like proper document that goes up on Comcourts, because talk is cheap. Okay, like I said, I can prep you and tell you what to say in that interview, but they also know that talk is cheap. They're not stupid. So unless you are writing down on an affidavit that you have now had inner growth in clarity and have matured since the first time that you initiated your application, and that you now know that your first affidavits or your first 3 affidavits were highly inappropriate, ex-focused and full of conflict, and that you now want to adopt a low to no conflict approach, and for that reason you would like to make a formal apology to the mother and to the courts for their ex-focused affidavits. I mean, obviously you say it better than that, but around those words. And that is going to be in my good versus bad affidavits and redemption affidavit examples, templates, coming out by the end of this month, hopefully. So you write that. Some dads are they that have too much ego or too much resentment or too much anger towards their system, the courts and the ex, that they can't even fathom writing that. And I'm like, you don't have to feel it. You just have to write it. Okay. You just have to play the game. And then some dads are like, who might be neurodivergent, might be like, so that might be like, oh, I can't be dishonest. Okay. Good luck to you then. Present yourself how you tell them or tell the courts and your ex and to the courts how you really feel about everybody. So anyways, if you do want to play the game, right, you want to have a high chance of success in getting to see your kids a lot sooner, right, you write an apology, a nice affidavit, right, and then you have that interview with the report writer. Okay, and you talk about how you want to be a dad, how you understand the process, how you started off one way and now you want to go the other way, and that you understand that the courts need to follow procedures, and that you're not perfect, and that you did this, you admit to some parent fail moments or relationship fail moments, and yada yada yada. That is going to work a lot better, okay, than she is a below average person and average mother, and you got to believe me because you got to believe me. That's not the way you go about it. Okay, that's not the way you go about it. You can if you want to. Like I said, it's not going to affect me, but it might affect you. Anyways, I'm done. I'll see you soon.